After carefully going over your budget, you have determined you can afford to pay $632 per month toward a new sports car. You call up your local bank and find out that the going rate is 1% per month for 48 months. How much can you borrow? This is an example of an annuity because you have a certain payment that needs to happen over a specific period of time. So you have regular payments that happen over a specific period of time. This is an example of an ordinary annuity because you're not told where the payment is happening or when the payment is happening. Usually we have said that if the payment happens at the beginning of the period, this is an annuity due. If the payment happens at the end of the period, then this is an ordinary annuity. And you're not told that the payment is made at the beginning of the period, and most payment plans happen at the end of the period, so the payment is made at the end of the month, and so in this case we're dealing with an ordinary annuity. The question is, how much can you borrow? So when you're trying to get a loan, typically what happens is the bank gives the money, gives the lump sum today, and then you pay the loan back in increments later. So that loan amount is a cash inflow to you today. The bank typically pays maybe the car dealership on your behalf today, and you end up paying the loan back later in increments, let's say every month. So the loan amount is a cash inflow to you today, and as a result, the loan amount represents a present value. Okay, so here the question is, how much can you borrow? This is a present value question because the bank is paying on your behalf today. So this would be a cash inflow to you, and you're getting the car, and then you are making the payments later every month. And typically you get the car, you take it home, and then the car dealership, or the bank in this case, sends you a bill a month later. So this is an ordinary annuity where you're trying to determine the loan amount, and in this case the loan amount is a present value. Okay, so we do know that the present value of an annuity, of an ordinary annuity, is PV equals to C times 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r to the power t over r. Okay, so now we need to know what we need to input in each for this formula to be able to answer this question. So C is the cash flow that is happening every period, and from the problem we do know that we're looking for how much we can borrow, and we are looking to pay $632 per month. So that C is 632. Okay, so C is the cash flow that is recurring. So this situation is $632 per month. The R is the interest rate, and we do know that the bank is willing to loan you the money at 1% per month. So R is 1% per month. But we do input it as a decimal, so it would be 0.01 per month. We also need T to be able to determine the answer here, and so T is given to us, and that is 48 months. So the bank is telling you that you can get a loan for 1% per month, and you're paying for 48 months. So T is 48. And all we have to do here is just input our variables into the formula and get the present value. So in this case, the present value equals to 632 times 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 0.01 to the power of 48 divided by 0.01. And this is the formula that we need. These are the numbers that we need to input into the calculator. And here I'm going to show you how to get it using the financial calculator that we use. So the first thing is, this is kind of requires multiple steps. You can input this into your calculator if you're using one that allows you to use parentheses. But the regular, the calculator that we're using, the BAII Plus, doesn't allow that, and so we need to input it step by step. So the first thing that we need to determine is what's inside the bracket. So I'm gonna do start by 1 plus 0.01, raise it to the power of 48, inverse it, then take 1 minus this number divided by 0.01, and then multiply by 632. So this is what you need to input. So here we have 1 plus 0.01, which is 1.01, and we raise it to the power 48, and we do so by clicking the Y to the X button, so to the power of 48. It gives us a number, and we inverse it because we need 1 over this 1.6122. So the easiest way to do it is just inverse, and so you hit 1 to the X. Okay, but we need 1 minus this number, so we input this as a negative number using the plus minus function right here. So this will make it a negative number, and then we add 1. Okay, now we have the total of that part of the equation of 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 0.01 to the power 48. Now we have to divide by 0.01, so divide 0.01, and next we just multiply by the 632. Okay, so multiply by 632, which will give us a present value of $23,999.54. We can say it's $24,000. So the amount that you're getting from the bank is $24,000. So PV is 24,000. This is how much you can borrow from the bank if you pay, if you're able to pay $632 a month, and the bank is charging you 1% per month for 48 months. We could also get the answer using the financial calculator. So here we'll be computing for PV. This C, when we input the C, is going to be just a little different because we're going to be using the PMT function. So again, here is the calculator. These are the time value of money keys to be able to calculate any value that you want. So we have the future value, we have PMT, which is the payment, and in this case we're going to use it to be able to input that 632. So when you're dealing with an annuity, you can use the PMT function. So here first we clear all our time value of money functions or calculations. So second FV, second CEC, and then we start inputting. That $632, that is how much you need to pay every month. And so this is a cash outflow to you. So this is a cash outflow because you're going to have to pay that money. So 632, we input it as a negative number, okay? And then you hit PMT. The interest rate is 1% per month, so 1 is the I over Y. You're going to be paying for 48 months, so 48 is your N. And then you compute PV. And the answer is the same, $23,999.54. We could safely say that the bank is going to loan you $24,000.